Alright, how's it going today, guys? I, with the help of Coop, expanded the building here, so I got a little more room to work. I'm gonna try to reorganize things a little bit, and I've been doing a bunch of processing of stuff, been going through all this tetra and stibnite, choco, and getting some copper and some iron out of it. You can see, I've been running a bunch of it through because I got 4 stacks of sulfur now sitting around, and I still have a whole drum of this sitting here. But I've been using this electrolyzer to save on power. But I wanted to show you guys exactly how this works here. You put your silicon dioxide in here, and you have to hit both switches to turn both of them on. And why are you not doing it? Wait a minute. 48. That's a single one. Oh, it's 3 of them. Daggone it. Okay. Gotta hit both of these. That engages it, turns it on, and gives you your silicon. And you cook that into a silicon plate, which you put in here, and that'll get cut into these. Now, to make these circuits, we will need some fine copper wire. And to make the fine copper wire, you need copper rods, either long copper rods or regular copper rods. Long copper rods you get 8, small regular copper rods you get 4. Now I need to grab me some redstone. And we will go and make us some actual circuits so I can make some more automatic shutoffs for my machines. And I changed this back out to the bronze one because the crusher, the steel one, just takes way too much power. Alright, so I got my copper rods, so let's run downstairs to the clean machine, the clean room, which I still haven't gotten around to changing the way I want to yet, and still haven't got around to the canning machine either. But let's do this. Copper, redstone, and tiny plates. Alright, what'd I do wrong? You. Press, copper, redstone, tiny plate. Oh, it needs 9 of them? Wait a minute. Is that the same for the good one? I thought it was 8. Or 1. A good one will do it, but that's a different one. I want the basic. Yep, I need 9 of them. Alright, well. Now see, that's one problem with the cutter, is for some reason it does 8 and a tiny dust instead of 9, which kind of stinks, because then you have to put it back together into a plate and cut it again. See this here? It'd be a lot better if it just did it for 9 plates, because a plate is worth the same. So I don't know why it doesn't cut that way. Need to say something to Greg about that. Anyways, let's go ahead and cook this up. I luckily have some other things I want to work on today, so we can toss this in and let it cook. It needs 1687. Let's go ahead and put it on this one, so I should already have plates here, which I do. Is there something in there? No. Okay. Throw that in there. That'll heat it up nice and quick. And now the other thing I have that I wanted to work on is I need to get a couple robust steel frames made, because I need to get a medium voltage centrifuge. So I need 12 of these. Alright. And then split these and put in the steel. Long steel rods. Oh, wait a minute. What am I doing wrong here? Double steel. Oh, you didn't put the wrench in the middle, dummy. Alright, there we go. Now, go ahead and throw together this centrifuge, which is a steel machine hull. 2 of these. And another long steel rod, which I made up plenty. And a wrench. And a hammer. And that'll make our centrifuge. Alright, now the other one we need for the motor, and if you look, we need a galvanized robust machine casing. Now you can do like I did before and do each one of your pieces, or you can just throw the whole machine in there and it will bathe up and give you your galvanized machine casing. Now it's probably going to take a little bit longer to do so. Let's see here. 100 seconds. So you can see the process is starting there. The front of the machine is looking all purty, so it's doing its thing. So now our silicon is just about complete here. There we go. There's our silicon plate. So now we can run this over and cut it. Now I'm hoping with this next update that this silicon plate, well, all plates being cut like this and putting out the tiny pile thing will be fixed, because we brought it up to Greg about the uh, casings not being able to be done in there. So he looked at that. So hopefully that'll be taken care of then, but no idea. But I'm going to say something else about it before then, just to kind of make sure. Alright, so now if we turn this on, you can see the front of the machine took off, and that did its thing. And those are nice and quick. So now we're going to throw these in here, turn this on, and that's going to pop out our circuit boards. I'm going to have to make some more, but right now that's enough. And don't have any charcoal on me, but I do have some wood. So let's throw this in here and light the fire. And that will give us some soldering alloy so then this thing can do its job and kick us out our circuit boards. So now these are the circuit boards that we can use to actually make our automatic Goovy Mahookas, whatever you want to call it. Automatic machine cutoff switch or radar thing here. So I need I think it's a screwdriver and a hammer to make the cover. Hammer and screwdriver. Alright, so let's see if we can get that part put together. That screwdriver and hammer. Alright, it's this way. No, it's not that way either. That way? Now see, why is the screwdriver down here but the screw's up there? You'd think they should be side by side. But no, they're not. Alright, so we now need our circuit, our lever, tin cable, and cover. So the levers are quite easy because they're on the machines currently that we need them for, but I'm going to borrow this one so I'm not turning my machine on when I don't need it on. I got 2 wires there, and I've got some rubber here. Let's go ahead and throw. I thought I had some rubber on me. Alright, well, we can throw this in here, this in here, and then that, and our circuit, and that'll give us one of them. Now, put that on there, so then I can pull these out of here. Now, the only issue with this is it's going to use both of them whether it needs to be overclocked or not. So what I may do is drop one of these switches down in the floor somewhere just to shut it off if I don't want to overclock it. But I don't like where they're at the moment. Now I want to see if I have that, that's going to turn that off. Now do I have anything that is ready to be done? Let's see. Power light is the same output either way. So let's throw that in here. And see, now it's turned on. Should only be pulling power from this one. And now it's all done. Alright. So we got that done. Now I need to run downstairs and grab me a little bit of rubber so I can make me one more, because I really need to get one on this machine. Because that thing is just crazy on the amount of time it needs to run to get everything done, but because I don't have a dedicated way. Why did I just do that? I could have just thrown this in there. Also want to get one made for each of these too. So I'm going to be making a lot more of these. but I want to get these two made up now. And is this shapeless? Does it matter which way I put it together? Let's see. There's a circuit and crap. Oh, yeah, I got the lever. What am I thinking? Yep, it is shaped. So it has to be like that. Alright. So I can pop this down here on my roaster. And that'll save me some power, because this thing either runs out of oxygen or fills up the... hello? Where is... I didn't get the lever. Huh. I don't know if I got lag or what happened there, but... Oh, it's over there in the wire. Either this will get full, this will get empty, and it'll just sit here and suck power. So now I don't have to worry about that anymore. And I'll make up some more of these and finish off all the other machines later. Let's go take a look and see if our galvanized hull is done. It certainly looks like it. You did not take 5 minutes, so you should not have despawned. So where is you? Because I've been only recording for 15 minutes. So where'd you go? Oh, it's not in there. I'm gonna make another one and see. I really need to get a... Should have put a barrel there. There, have a barrel. Now you can shut up. Now this isn't the one that comes out the bottom, right? Make sure here. Nope, it ain't there. Alright, well that's an awful lot of steel I just lost somehow. But let's go ahead and make another one. Just to make sure something didn't mess up with the machine. Alright. We'll stick you back in there. Let you do this again. Took the zinc. Should come out right there. I'm gonna go drop this off. We got 100 seconds, so no reason it should be out already. Let's run back over here. And we'll keep an eye on it this time and see what happens. And then we can make us a MV motor so I can hook up a centrifuge. Now the centrifuge I need for vanadium magnetite. Let's look this up here. Vanadium magnetite. There it is. It's 32 GU a tick to do it, which means we need 64 GU a tick in to the motor. Now I can do that in the regular bronze one because it'll do up to 64, but I would have to change out the box. So yeah, it must have despawned on me. But I do believe there's a couple other ones that I have that are higher than that. So I'm going to go ahead and make this one, because I don't want to change out my bat box for a CESU here. And let's see here, the motor, you see this one will, energy output is only 16 RU up to 32. So I guess I could put one on it, but I would rather do this one, which will put out 64 with 128 in. And hopefully everything will work just hunky-dory. So now let's turn this on. I already had a steel rod in there waiting to be done. And there we go. Pop that out of there. And then I need 4 of these, because I need doubles. So we got that and that, that, and that. And that makes our MV motor. So now it's going to need to be set up exactly like that. And actually, I have one here that I'm going to use. And I'll figure out where I'm going to set this up and wire it up later. For right now, I'm just going to drop this bad boy here. And turn that to the top. And we'll put that there. Turn that to the top. We'll put that there. And let's see if this does what it needs to do. Put that in there. Takes them in, but it stops because it doesn't have enough power. And that's because it's overclocking the machine, or it's overclocking the recipe. You'll see it's still sucking out the power. So it's going to need to either go into that other machine over there, or I'm going to have to basically do one of these numbers here, where I give it 2 CSUs. This one doesn't have any power at the moment. But I have my backpack right here, so I can throw it some power. So throw this in here. That'll throw some power in there. Now if I turn this up that way, and this up that way, now you'll see it's taken off and it's running that recipe. And it'll only be done in a second, and pop it out there. So there we go. We got that to work. Now let me look at something here. Throw this in here. I took these out so it ain't sucking power right now. I want to see, while we're at this here, if I take this CESU and hook it up to this. That'll give this 128. So it shouldn't go psycho. Let's try. Turn you to the front. Put you in there. Now that's basically overclocked anything that's in here. So will you do the vanadium magnetite here? Yes, you will, just a lot slower. So if you don't want to overclock it and you're only doing 64 recipes, you can do it this way. And I think what I might actually do is set this to do not output energy. Click that on. That will stop that from overclocking. So then I don't want to do it. Machines don't blow up right now, but I don't want to turn that up at the moment. But I think, let's see, if I grab, I don't have any cobble on me. Let's go downstairs. I think I might set this for 64 and not 64. So like a 16 recipe and a 64 recipe. I want to see how well this will work, because it should turn off whatever bat box is allowed to give it power. Either way. Okay, you're out of power. Let's go grab my bat pack, which still has a little bit of power in it. Give that to you. And see if you can finish that one. Is that going to be enough? Oh yeah, that's going to be plenty. Alright, that gets done. Come on. Alright, now we're going to hit that switch. Let's flip that back up. That's going to let that do its thing. But that's going to be the non-overclocked recipe. So it'll be nice and slow. But then I can, if I want to, turn it off with this one when I change that. So I'm going to test that out a little bit, let you guys know how it worked in the next one. And then I'm going to make another CESU so I can set this back up and use that for if I want to overclock it really crazy. And I think there might even be a few centrifuge recipes that'll need that. Okay, this needs to be electrolyzed. That needs to be electrolyzed, and that's what I'm talking about there. So, not sure. Let's see, are they all 16 or... Oh wow, there are a few that are crazy. Holy crap. Molten ironwood is 304. That's going to be even higher than what I got. Let's see what else we got here. 16s. There's 160, but we don't have that stuff, I don't believe. Signalium, if you want to turn it back to stuff, is 224. There's an 80 right there. What is that? That's blue alloy dust. So that's just turning things back are going to be over that. All right. One other thing that I noticed I wanted to show you guys here is honey. To make these honey drops, if you're going to use a Gregtech centrifuge, you now get honey out of in this Gregtech liquid honey state from your combs instead of the honey drop itself. And then that can be used to make either a healing brew with honeydew and awkward potion and melon, or the strong one with a thick brew, honeydew and honey, or you put it in a coagulator and then you'll get your honey drop. And then honeydew is the same way. If you're going to use the centrifuge for your dripping combs, you're going to get this sticky propolis and honeydew, which then can be used for that, or you can make your drops back again if you need your drops, like for your handheld thingy to check the bees. So I had just noticed that the other day, and I wanted to show that because I'm actually wanting to get rid of this centrifuge, but I wanted to make sure that there was a way to get from Gregtech's honey back to a honey drop for the handheld beealizer. So I'm probably going to set up a separate centrifuge for that, because if I remember correctly, this is going to be the output side there. So I think I'm going to set up a separate one just for doing them, but I'm not sure yet. Haven't quite decided, but I think it'd be a good idea to have a separate one, because this does most of my purifying of purified stuff into their regular type of things here. So having a second one just for the bee operation wouldn't be a bad idea. And my bees are going to be over in this area, so I'll probably put it right along here. Now that I've moved my machines back a bit, or moved my wall back a bit, I just got to get the wiring ran over there, and I may actually not run wire yet. The main reason why I haven't moved anything yet is on the 5th, I do believe that's what the thing said, we will be getting transformers. We're not going to have regular storage yet, but we'll at least have transformers. So I think I should be able to set up a transformer coming out of like a CESU or an MFE or an MFSU, and it be able to kick out multiple amps, so I can run Gregtech wire through here, and then just have to have a transformer on the other side to take it down to whatever it is I'm doing on that side, so I can get rid of this lossless easy ass IC2 wiring. Now I'm not going to redo what's up there. My wind tower is going to keep IC2 wire in it, but everything else will probably get changed. Let's see. I still need to get the canning machine so I can get the stuff down there finished, but I wanted to get this done since I got the circuit stuff all taken care of and finish out the circuitry stuff with you guys so you could see exactly how I got it to work. Speaking of, there was a question somebody had commented about making plastic. The plastic from rubber is something you'll only have if you have MFR. And I don't use MFR. I think it's too easy to put with Gregtech. I also don't really like MFR that well. I use it if I'm playing some kind of skyblock thing or something with Junior, but I prefer like forestry type farms where you actually have to build something significant to do the job, not just drop a block and it give it some power and it does its thing, you know. So if you really want the plastic way right away, you can put in MFR. I can't do that here on the server because I don't control the server, and I'm not going to do it in my single player either, because once we get a Gregtech way of making plastic, I just take it out. I'd only be putting it in to get, you know, a plastic recipe. And in my single player, I have a way of making plastic other than MFR. I have Magneticraft, which has plastic. So eventually, when I get back over there, I'll check that out and see if we can make plastic that way. So that's it for today. Have a good one. See you next time.